What's up, App Foasquad? I'm Anthony, and welcome to our channel, Life with Anthony. I hope everyone is doing well out there. Happy Sunday to you guys. All right, guys, so I really wanted to get back into having conversation videos with you guys and sharing what is on my mind, my thought process, what am I thinking of doing next, what am I thinking of buying next, etc. I like those type of conversations with you guys. So today I thought that I would share with you guys two separate conversations that I had an opportunity to talk with two guys my last visit at the campground. I always wondered whenever I went there if those campers that I saw are rented out by the owners or are the owners themselves staying in those campgrounds. Now, in this campground that I go to is not an all-year campground. It's a seasonal permanent campground for those who own their own campers and are on the campground site from May until Labor Day, September. So I always wondered a couple of things. If that be it, so, which it is, where does these people go after the season is over with? So I had an opportunity, like I said, to talk to two different guys, and I got a little bit of input on each of these guys' movement and what they do when the campground season is over with there. The first guy that I spoke to, he and his partner owned their camper. He told me how he and his partner acquired that campsite and that camper. It was through word of mouth and through friends and everything, and through meeting people at the campground that, you know, he ran into, or I guess coincidentally had a conversation with a guy, and for one thing led to another, and he and his partner ended up buying that camper from that person because they was getting another camper at a different site. And I asked him, and this is a question that I asked both of the guys, is, do you ever get bored there? And he was like, oh God, no. He said, like, right now I'm working on my garden and this, that, and the other. And then he said, you know, this is like living in any type of home. You know, you go out and you do your grocery shopping, you go out and do little activities in the surrounding towns and stuff. It's like, you know, you live here during the camping season, but you're not like confined here. You know, we have our automobile, we have our car here, and you know, whenever we want to get out like anybody else, you know, we just go out and go to the grocery store and things like that, you know, and come back. It's just like living in any other type of home or apartment, he was telling me. And I found that to be interesting. And it's not that I myself thought, okay, if I lived this way, I would be confined to the campgrounds and wouldn't be able. But for me, I would definitely need a surrounding area that has like Walmart, a movie theater, even a gym or whatever. But I found his to be interesting. Now, what I found to be interesting from him, as opposed to the next guy that I spoke to, is he and his partner do not live and stay on that campground every day. They come on their off days, you know. So he said we're here until Wednesday, which would have made it a extended kind of weekend type of deal. But then they have to go back to work, and they come. He said he's only like 2 hours away, and he and his partner every off day, during their off days, they come and they stay there. So I found his conversation to be very interesting. And now the next guy that I spoke to him for a very long time. We talked for maybe like 30 minutes or so. And I got another interesting perspective on it from the first guy that I spoke to. So this particular guy, he and his partner as well own their campsite. I mean, their camper or whatever. And he told me, I asked him the same question. I said, well, after speaking with the first guy, I asked this guy, I said, well, where do you go after the camping season is over here. Now, what he told me I thought was very interesting. He said that, okay, from May until September, Labor Day, he and his partner stay up here and they live in their little camper there. But he said when the camping season is over here in Labor Day, he and his friends own another camper down in Sawmill, Florida. Now, I've been to Sawmill Mall before in Florida, but never to the campground. They do have a gay and lesbian campsite down there, and he told me that he goes down there during that time frame until it's time to come back up this way. Now, he also told me that there is an RV site that is like 2 miles away from the Sawmill campground that more gay people are gravitating towards that one because it's less expensive to stay at that RV campground than it is to stay in the actual gay and lesbian campground, or LGBT campground, I should say. Let's include. And so I thought that was interesting. And having those two conversations with two different guys, it really made me start to thinking, okay, is this something that I would be interested in? I actually love being there. It's so relaxing. It's so peaceful. And like I said, I'm not a busy my life away type of guy right now. I am definitely in relaxation mode. I'm trying to slow my life down as much as possible and enjoy the rest of my life. And it almost seemed like that campground lifestyle fits my personality perfect. You know, it just takes some more thought to it. It takes like, okay, what would I have to put in place to make that happen and everything. And the thing that is becoming more intriguing to me about that campground lifestyle is that there are many campgrounds around. I don't know how many gay campgrounds there are in different areas in different states, but there are a lot of campgrounds around per se. And it doesn't have to be a gay campground for me anyway. You know, it just has to be affordable, accessible to surrounding things for me, and I would be okay with that. The thing I thought about with this lifestyle, the whole campground lifestyle idea, is what do I need to live that lifestyle? And it brought me to the idea of, if that's something that I'm going to pursue or would pursue on a serious note, the best thing for me, I think, would do, and see if you guys agree with this or think that this would be a good idea as well, is to add an extension to my car, meaning a travel trailer. I think that would be perfect. It speaks campground. And, you know, I can hook it up and go to the next campground or whatever. And it prevents me from buying or having to buy like a stand-up vehicle, which is costly in these days, building it out and the purchase of it, or even any other type of vehicle that needs to be built out or whatever, when I can just buy a travel trailer, hook on the back of here, and take that wherever I need to go. It's just all starting to make sense to me whenever I think of the whole idea of the whole campground style lifestyle, you know? And I'm really thinking about that. I mean, I don't think that it would be a costly way of living the campgrounds. I asked him, one of the guys, what do they pay? I asked him, if you don't mind my asking, what do they charge for you to become a seasonal resident here? And he basically told me that it was $2,700. So that's $2,700 for 4 months. I don't know if that's considered good or bad. I mean, but when you getting you're getting free electricity, well, when you're, I don't want to say free, but when your electricity is included in that, as well as your water, which to me are the two most important things that people would like to have at a campground, whether you are there permanent or not, water and electricity. I kind of think that's a good deal. I kind of think that's a good deal. I don't know what you guys might think, but I think it's a kind of, because I've heard of people gas and electric bills like $300. To be honest, water bills are usually inexpensive, but I've heard people with really high gas and electric bills or whatever. So a travel trailer would be nice, but here's the thing about the travel trailer: which kind would most be suitable for me? Because they have travel trailers that you can stand up in. They have travel trailers that you can just sleep in and have a back kitchen in. Now, to me, that would be more suitable for me. It would be less in cost, because when you think about it, if you're camped out at the campsite for 3-4 months, the campgrounds have showers, have bathroom facilities and everything. So you wouldn't need a travel trailer. I wouldn't need a travel trailer with those amenities. I would just need like the whole bigger bed thing and the outdoor kitchen, because cooking is huge and important on our platform. And to me, those are the they would be the two most important things to have, an outdoor kitchen and a campground. Wouldn't you want to cook outdoors? And I'm quite sure, for inclement weather, you can have, like, I have a canopy, so it all starting to make sense to me. And I'm really, really starting to like the idea of possibly pursuing the campground lifestyle. I have to do some research and find out where different campsites are. When I go back to the campground on July the 29th of this month, I'm going to inquire and talk to the guy at the desk and see which campsites are available for that permanent type of living. And I'm gonna go and take a look at where those sites are, and just, I might just be buying a travel trailer soon, because Baltimore is having their RV sale, Lord have mercy, having their RV show the middle of September. Mid-September, they're having an RV show. I am definitely going to that show. It's going to give me an opportunity to look at the latest travel trailers, the latest cost in them, what they're running now in cost, and try to get a perspective on what might be suitable for me if I pursue the campground lifestyle. I'm liking it because I tell you guys, I felt so peaceful there. I did. I felt so peaceful. I wasn't worrying about, where to park every day. I wasn't worried about, taking a shower. I don't worry about those things now because of my setup and my routine and everything. But to still be able to live this lifestyle, but live in a more permanent like situation, that sounds amazing to me. So I'm getting pretty excited about that idea. All right, guys. So what do you think about that campground? If you were into this lifestyle, or even if you have done campgrounds now, let me know what your experience is for it. Let me know what you think. Would that be something that if you're interested in this lifestyle, would be interested in pursuing the campground lifestyle? And I'm very curious to see what some of you guys would think about that. But that's going to be a wrap for today's video, guys. Once again, I'm going to start having a couple more of these conversation videos where I just sit down and share with you guys what's going on in my head, my thought process, etc. All right, that's going to be a wrap. As always, thank you guys for taking a few minutes out of your day to watch my videos. I appreciate you guys. You know that. And I'll see you guys the next time.